Right. So, question I got for you. So, throughout your journey, of course, like you stated, you lived with your mom. Your mom did what she had to do to make sure, her baby was okay. And then the nuances of, you being around your aunts, uncles, family, friends, and things like that. Did looking at or understanding or issues that other people had with their finances, did that help you in your journey of learning from their mistakes and then you trying to reinvent the wheel yourself? Or was that something where it was like, all right, well, they made this mistake, I'm going to do it and do it better? How did you tackle that instance in your
Um,
life?
as far as the people I grew up around, I wanted to do nothing that they were doing. I would say, because it's almost like there's two different ways you can learn from someone's mistakes. In this case, it was I just don't want to repeat what they've done.
Right.
I've learned, that does not work, and I don't even want to learn from them. And then there's other people that have, um, showed me, here's mistakes I've made, but this is the way to correct it, or this is what I've learned from making this mistake, and they teach you what they've learned from making that mistake. As far as the people I grew up around, it was just they made this mistake, and then it just ruined their life for a short period of time. So, and it was like there's nothing to actually learn from it. Like, how did you get out of that situation? There was no lesson in the end. So I just knew, kind of just ignore or block out people in that way, and then surrounding myself with people that knew things, and not necessarily people that all did the same thing, but similar situations or similar things, financial related, and taking bits and pieces and trying to apply it all in one. But it's just essentially easier to learn from other people's mistakes in that sense than to try and take your own path. So I was still looking for roads to take or lessons I could learn from, just not from the people I grew up around.
Right. Yeah, and in my instance, I took a couple sayings that just always resonated and hit home with me. Like insanity is the result of doing something over and over again, expecting a different result.
Right.
And for me, it was more of I don't need to make the mistake. If somebody else tried it and it didn't work, then I know to leave it alone. And that's so I navigated through life more of a hey, what did you do? Did it work? Okay, I'll put that into my bag. If it didn't work, avoid it.
Right.
Growing up for me, it was again I didn't have much financial education as far as the people around me that can provide me financial education. So I looked at what not to do. Like I said, growing up in inner city Detroit, uh, I would talk to homeless people and find out, what happened, what events happened, or what did you do that got you in this position. And then, of course, if I had some money to give to them, give them $1 or so, they would give me information. Was it a lie or the truth? I don't know, but I always took it as gospel to me. And they would, tell me different parts of their life, what happened. Maybe it was drugs, maybe it was family, maybe it was this, maybe it was, military and they had, mental disorders or things like that. And I took that to heart. And then I just said, okay, I know the end of the road for me, I don't want to be here. And then I took the nuggets that they gave me and said, okay, I will try to avoid these landmines throughout my navigation in life. And that's exactly how I took it until I flipped it a little bit. And then so I said, all right, I know things, how not to be homeless on the side of the road. But now I need to start finding information of people that has something or that is wealthy that trying to go in the same or already gone the same direction that I'm going. And of course, growing up in inner city, it's the rich don't want to help out or they want to keep it a secret on how to get rich and things like that. But again, question the information received, I found out that was not true. So the first book I've ever read of somebody who actually had some form of sustained wealth or something like that was Dave Ramsey. And then I read the book and I read it over and over. I read it literally like it was a Bible because I wanted to know every word in there so I can mimic every step that goes along. Of course, that's another video, but about how that whole process went. But that's what I did. I mimicked what they was doing, and then I just followed the blueprint. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Just like with the homeless people, if they said, "Hey, oh, I tried, you know, marijuana or crack, and then I got addicted," I didn't have to go try it to see if I would get addicted or not. So I wasn't going to try that. So I just said, okay, they told me their error was trying this drug. So I followed their blueprint. This was their error. So I pivoted from it. And then, so same way with, wealthy individuals or people that put out books and stuff like that, that is actually wealthy and not just playing it for YouTube or on TV. I followed their blueprint of what they did. They told me the landmines that they ran into when they tried on their navigation to get wealthy, and I just followed the blueprint. I don't have to reinvent the wheel there. I just follow and keep going on. So maybe Dave Ramsey is worth X amount of millions of dollars. Maybe, and this was actually my mindset. Maybe I don't get to that X amount, but that's if I get halfway there, I'm still a million times better than before. If I get a quarter of the way there, I'm still a million times better than I was before. So that's what I just kept doing, saying, "Hey, I'm just gonna keep going on this journey, and then I can get better than my wildest dreams ever thinking I would be at." And that's how I played it.
And then especially, the way you pay people, like homeless people, on information. I'm gonna pay them for their information, but lent them a couple
Yeah,
dollars.
it's gonna ask anyway,
So
so I might as well get something out of it.
yeah, so I mean, I've never done that, but as far as paying for information, in a sense, I have done. Like the common sense: give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man
Right,
a fish, and he'll eat for a lifetime.
right,
Like
right.
information in a financial journey or a financial path is way more valuable than just one sum of money. I mean, you hear stories all the time of, people that even hit the lottery and win millions and millions of dollars, but
Hmm.
then they're broke within a couple years. I mean,
Absolutely.
if you don't know how to handle money, you know, it's gonna just be a cycle. It's gonna be, as they say, a rat race.
Right, right.